Now, with a miracle on the Hudson I watched 10 years ago as those passengers piled in onto the wings of that plane, U.S. Airways Flight 1549 landing on the freezing cold Hudson River, all because of heroic Captain Sully and his fabulous crew. Amy is next to that. You're next to that plane in North Carolina. Amy, you sat down with Sully and some of those passengers.
I did, Robin. I know this story is near and dear to your heart, and it was magical. It was inspirational talking to the passengers and Captain Sully. And yes, this was the very plane they were on, an Airbus A320, when the unthinkable happened. And it's on display here at the Carolinas Aviation Museum in Charlotte. And even though it's been 10 years, Robin, it's as if it happened yesterday to those passengers as they reunited with the man behind the miracle.
Good to see you.
How are you doing?
I swear, you guys haven't changed at all.
Oh, it was like a family reunion. Lots of hugs and stories to tell.
I'm Barry Leonard, and I was sitting in 1C.
I was seated in 20C.
12F.
Passengers from Flight 1549 remember exactly where they were 10 years ago. Their seat number, a badge of honor. What's it like being here today in the shadow of this plane?
Surreal. Appreciation for all these extra days we didn't think we would get.
Facing death and escaping it, Eric Stevenson, that's him kneeling on the wing. He remembers writing a goodbye note on a business card tucked in his pocket.
To my mom and to my sister, I love you. At least it would be near my body, and they knew I was thinking of them as we were going down.
Jim Whitaker, seen here after being rescued, remembers helping a panicked mother sitting next to him. He offered to hold her 9-month-old son.
So it's amazing how tough children are, but a 9-month-old baby turned sideways can be held just like a football. And at 150 miles an hour hitting that water, it was truly an amazing experience that child didn't even cry until we came to a complete stop.
The miracle on the Hudson, the incredible controlled landing of the U.S. Airways Airbus struck by a flock of geese, paralyzing both engines.
I ran out into my balcony and I saw it make a splash landing. It never submerged.
As a nation watched, all 155 people on board survived.
That's how I knew we were alive, because that water, I could feel it coming up my legs very quickly, and it was so cold I couldn't believe it.
The passengers say that they divide their lives simply into before and after, and that they now know the true meaning of a bucket list.
In March, I'm gonna take my family to India. We're gonna meet the Dalai Lama. I'm actually gonna jump out of a plane from 18,000 feet instead of 5 feet.
I'm way too young for a bucket list. I don't know what you I've been given a gift. So every day, to me, it's making a significant positive influence on someone's life.
As for Captain Sullenberger, he says he doesn't believe in miracles, that everything worked as it should.
I think at a time when we all needed it, it gave us hope. And so I think being the stewards of this story and a part of this living history, I think is what gives us a purpose too.
When you live through something like this, against all odds, passengers all have the same message for their hero.
Thank you forever. Thank you for eternity.
Thank you for saving our lives.
If the same thing or a similar thing happened today, would the outcome necessarily be the same? And could you do it again?
Wasn't once enough?
When you look at this plane here behind me up close, you can still see the battle scars, the mangled engine where the Canada geese flew in. The wing also suffered incredible damage, but most incredibly about this plane, it's intact and everyone survived. I asked the passengers if they still are frequent flyers. All of them said yes. In fact, one of the women, Valley, told me she has flown exactly 327 times. She counts each flight, including the one she took here to be with us.
I bet she does. Hey, Amy, thank you very much. And Sully is very quick to point out his co-pilot and the flight attendants that were on part of that crew.
How great it must be to hear. Thank you for saving our lives.
Yes, and they have sent letters over the years to them, and just
moment none of us will ever forget.
Nope.